What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. If you don't know who I am, that means you're new. I'm Mark. What's good with y'all? Go check out my other videos. Check them out. Check them out. But first, stay on this one. That's right. I'm doing multiple videos today. I had to do multiple videos today. I had to. I just had to. But let's get right into it. Welcome back to another episode of Debunking Gun Myths. So, on this episode of Debunking Gun Myths, just go for a headshot. Please, guys, do not just go for a headshot, guys. Do not take that advice whatsoever. You go for center mass, and there's a couple of reasons as to why that is. Let's get right into it. So, for starters, on top of the fact that hitting the head, just because of the size of the head, unless you are in point blank distance, is not exactly the easiest thing to do on a moving target. That is simply for starters. A lot of people seem to think that they are John Wick. You are not. I hate to break it to you guys, but a lot of you guys are not some top tier expert shooters just because you took a concealed carry class. It sucks to say, and I'm sorry to break it to you guys. I'm sorry to be the one to, burst that bubble. But no, that's not how this works. Do not plan on, in a self-defense situation, you going solely for headshots. Just due to the size of it, all right, just due to the size of the head, it is going to be much harder for you to hit the head. Plain and simple. What does that mean if it is much harder for you to hit the head? That means you are going to be missing a whole lot more. And say hypothetically that your misses mean that they are complete misses, not that they miss the head and hit the shoulder or the chest, but that they miss completely. There's a good chance that you just hit someone else's property or somebody else, which you will be held liable for. And I don't know about you guys, but when I'm trying to argue self-defense, I don't want to have to explain to somebody why someone who had nothing to do with the situation has a bullet wound from my gun. See what I mean? Moving on top of the fact that the head is simply a much smaller, harder to hit target. Let's say hypothetically you do hit a headshot first round. Now this isn't legally binding, nothing along those lines, but how do you think that's going to look to a jury? That the first thing you went for is a headshot. Now, I get it, guys. I'm the same person who has said that you don't just shoot them in the leg. I get it, guys. However, let's be 100% honest. Unfortunately, a lot of the country, at least, is still very anti-Second Amendment, which means that they're not going to respect the skill and effort it took to get that headshot. It sounds kind of harsh to say, but it's true. They're not going to respect the amount of time, practice, and skill it took into getting that headshot to protect yourself. A one-round headshot to protect yourself, if you got that, they're going to look at you like you're a maniac. It's very unfortunate. They're not going to understand the level of skill that was put into place to get an accurate headshot in a high-stress situation. It is very unfortunate, to say the least, but that's not going to look the best. Now, of course, that's just my personal opinion on that aspect. However, with center mass, when you look at center mass as opposed to headshots, how much bigger is my chest and stomach area compared to just my head? You guys are only seeing like right under my chest, and you guys aren't even seeing my full hand when I do that. So you guys are seeing pretty much just my chest, and you see that there is more than enough space to fit my head. What does that mean? That means that even at just my chest, there is more room to hit than in my head alone. So the argument for going just for a headshot, while some people might think, oh yeah, that's really effective, one round, stop the threat as soon as possible. And yeah, while it's ideal, you only have to use one round to stop the threat. It just happened to be a headshot. Okay. I don't think that should be what you're going out of your way to achieve. Again, This is just my opinion, but I really don't think it's going to look the best to a jury. Now, does that really matter too much? Yes and no, because unfortunately the jury does have something to do with the decision on whether or not you're found guilty in some cases. However, it just beyond that, it's not easy to do. It's not an easy task to accomplish. Sitting there and achieving that headshot compared to getting a shot on center mass, it's just going to be a good bit more difficult. Is it impossible? No. I mean, if I had to go for a headshot, would I take it? Yeah, that's kind of how it works. If I had to take that headshot, I'm going to take it, plain and simple. But oh no, I think that about wraps it up for this video. I don't want to keep going in circles here, even though it is a debunking gun myths video. I should be going in circles here. But should you just go for a headshot, as you might hear some people say? No, you should not. Center mass is where you shoot when it comes to a self-defense situation. Why is that? Is you want to be able to hit your target. A moving target is much more difficult to hit than a standing still target. Let alone a headshot on a moving target is much more difficult than just your typical headshot on your still target. So go for center mass, guys. It's, while not going to be easy, again, on a moving target, still is going to be a lot easier than getting a headshot. But with that being said, y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that bell. When you hit that bell, hit all and whether or not you agree with me about my thoughts on this gun myth, whether or not you should or shouldn't go for a headshot in a self-defense situation, go ahead and comment your thoughts down below. Make sure to check out all my other videos. I'll make sure to stay legal, stay safe, stay dangerous. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.